Hi guys, welcome back to another day of notes. Today we're going to do day 3, which is on slope. So this might be a little bit of a review for you, but we're going to expand on it a little bit. So slope is a change in the horizontal distance over, so as a fraction, the change in the vertical distance, also known as rate of change, also known as rise or run. Okay, so it's the change in the two points on a graph. Okay. There are 4 types of slopes. You have one that's going up, one that's going down, one that goes straight across, and one that goes straight down. Okay? And they have different names. So when it goes up, it's called a positive slope. When it goes down, it's a negative slope. When it goes straight across, it's a zero slope. And when it goes straight down like this, creating a vertical line, that has a slope that is undefined. Okay? So when you are dealing with a graph to tell if it's slope or not, or sorry, this isn't even, not if it's not a slope. So the easiest way to tell if it's positive, negative, zero, or undefined is looking at the graph. That's the easiest way. It's right there in front of you. You can kind of look at it and tell. So if you're given 2 points, you can easily graph those 2 points and draw a line through them to see how it looks. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to plot these 2 points and draw a line through it to tell if it actually is a positive, negative, zero, or undefined slope. So first I'm going to plot negative 2, 5. I'm going to go to x is negative 2, go up to where y is 5, which is right here, plot my point. I'm going to go to negative 6, 1, x is negative 6, y is negative 1, which is right here, plot my point. Then I'm just going to go ahead and draw a line through it. As you can see, the line is going up, so this is a positive slope. Okay, you guys are going to try these 2 on your own. Now, to find slopes from a graph, so it's helpful to know if it's positive, negative, zero, or undefined, because that can kind of help you check your answer. So you can look at it and see if it's positive or negative. But to actually get a number for slope, for a graph, we use rise over run. So here, I'm going to do rise over run. The rise is a vertical change, yep, the up and down change, and the run is the across change, the horizontal change. Now, it doesn't matter which point you start at. So I like to start from left to right, always. It's just how I read the graph. This one says A, this one says B, so you could start here. It won't make a difference because of the direction that you move. So the directions that you move make a big difference. So like if you go up to get to your next point, you're making a positive motion. So that means you have a positive rise. If you go down, you have a negative rise. If you move to the right, you're doing a positive motion for your run. If you go to the left, you're doing a negative motion. So it doesn't matter which point you start at because the positives and negatives will reverse themselves and you'll still get the same answer in the end. Okay? So I started here at 2, 3. So that means I'm going to go up 1. So that creates a positive 1 for my rise. And then I went to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I had a plus 4 for my run. So to write this out, I put it in a fraction, rise over run, so positive 1 divided by positive 4. That equals just 1/4. So 1/4 is my slope. It's a positive number, which I know is correct because this has a positive slope of a line. Okay, you guys are going to try this one on your own. Now, finding slope from a table, you could plot these on graphs. It's totally fine if you wanted to. Another way you could do it, though, is finding the change in y. That's what that little triangle means, the change in y over the change in x. Okay? Change in y over change in x. So to do that, what I do is just figure out what is the change between each of these numbers. So between 5 and 10, I went up 5. So plus 5. Then I did another plus 5 to get from 10 to 15. Then plus 5 from 15 to 20, then plus 5 from 20 to 25, then plus 5. So my change in y is positive 5. Did the same thing on my x's. I went up 1, up 1, up 1, up 1, up 1, up 1. Okay, so my change here is positive 1. So to write it, my change in y goes up top, the plus 5, over the change in x, the plus 1. So to go ahead and simplify that, positive 5 divided by positive 1 gives me 5 over 1, which simplifies to just 5. And that's my slope. Okay. Same thing here for y. I didn't change at all from 4 to 4, so that's a plus 0, plus 0, plus 0, plus 0, plus 0. My change in x's, I did a plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. So to do my change in y over change in x, the change in y was plus 0. The change in x was plus 1. Oop, there it is. It just means 0 over 1. So I do 0 divided by 1. I get 0. So this one has a slope of 0. Okay. Now you guys are going to try these two on your own. Okay. And the last page is from two ordered pairs. Again, you could put them on a graph if you wanted to. That's totally fine. All of these are interchangeable how you want to do it. This is just another way of doing it. This is a formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. These 2's and 1's just represent different points. So the y value from point 2 minus the y value from point 1 over the x value of point 2 minus the x value of point 1. Okay, so when I have 2 points, I can label them as, okay, you're going to be x1, you'll be y1, you'll be x2, you'll be y2, and then plug them into the formula. So what that means is I'm going to do 5 minus 2 over 3 minus negative 1. Ooh, there's my formula. So I'm going to fill it in. And then I just go ahead and simplify. So 5 minus 2 gives me 3. And 3 minus negative 1 gives me positive 4. I can't reduce it anymore. So 3/4 is my slope. I do the same thing here, and it doesn't matter which one you pick as your first point. It will not make a difference as long as you stick to it. So like the x1 and the y2 are in the same like ordered pair. Okay, you just gotta make sure the 2's and the 1's match up together. So I'm going to use the same formula, and I'm just going to plug in. So negative 3 minus negative 4 over 4 minus negative 5. That minus sign is there no matter what. Doesn't matter what the number after it is. There should be a minus sign there. Okay? And then I just go ahead and simplify. And that gives me the answer. It gives me positive 1 over 9. I can't simplify it, so 1/9 is my slope. Okay? And you guys are going to try these two on your own. If you have any questions, please write them down, and we can talk about them next class. Okay? Bye!